Welcome everyone to this video where I will be analyzing the current situation of Naturenergie. It is a renewable producer and distributor of electricity with headquarters in Switzerland. Naturenergie is fully integrated. They produce electricity, they own infrastructure for the electricity transportation, and they also have a trading department for the distribution of it. The sector is expected to grow at 2% annually, and the company has been focusing in hydroelectric plants and more recently mainly in solar plants that are spread through Switzerland and Germany. But the customer base is mainly located in Germany. Regarding solar, it is one of the lowest cost producing energies, and for the hydroelectric plants, they can control when they generate the electricity. Those plants are almost like batteries, and for the moments when low-cost producers can supply the electric market, the hydroelectric plants can at higher prices. Additionally, hydroelectric plants can produce at low oscillations in the grid, which are necessary to maintain a healthy grid. And regarding the cycles of the business, we have to keep in mind that electricity is a commodity, and as every commodity, cycles go with the price. In the case of Naturenergie, as a producer for the German market, mainly, it has been benefited from the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Germany electricity price jumped significantly during the year 22 and are cooling down during the last years. Looking at the P&L, we can see a very impressive growth from an earnings per share of 2.55 in 21 to 5.65 in the year 25. During those good years, the company has been growing the infrastructure segment and the producing segment as well, focusing in solar plants. The company had a lot of volatility in the revenue due to the volume of electricity produced and the price effect additionally. And on the other side, balancing a little bit this volatility, they have the distribution side of the company, which usually has some fixed price to the customer base. So this is a little bit to balance the volatility of prices. During the year 25, the company has been helped by a lower taxation. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done a higher profit than last year. They had a lower production of energy, and hydroelectric plants are dependent on the flow of water, and solar are dependent on the power generated by the sun. And even if the capacity of electricity production was increased, the volume produced was lower this year. Additionally, there was lower prices in 25. In the segment reporting, we can see different business lines and their EBIT margins. The energy production line is the most volatile one. The volumes and the price affect significantly the margins, but it's still the main money maker. During the last years, the company has been trying to grow the infrastructure business that is more stable, but it only generated 29 millions in 25 versus the 179 millions of the generation business. I think that 25 and 24 were really good for the company. We just have to see at the EBIT margins of the last years in the generation business, and I consider that it will be not easy to beat it again in 26. The company said that they have to aim for an EBIT of 120 millions in 26. This means that the earnings per share will be around 3.6 in the next year, which is still better than 23, but worse than 24 and 25. In the cash flow statement, the company has been investing most of the profit generated to keep growing, comparing to, for example, if we compare the amortization and depreciation to the cash flow of investing activities, the company is investing more than double of the depreciation of their assets. In the balance sheet, the company doesn't have any debt. The equity is more than half of all liabilities, and the liquidity position of the company is very solid. So this is a very healthy balance sheet. In the debt ratio, the company has net cash for the value of 100 million francs, which represents 10% of the current capitalization of the company. And we also see that the PE of the company is very low. But very likely it will perform a little bit worse during 26, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to 8 next year. But we are still talking about very low ratios. In the margins, the invested capital of the company, we see that it's still quite decently high, so the company is allocating capital efficiently, and the company is mainly controlled by Energie Baden-Württemberg, and there's also a stake of the state of Geneva. This makes the companies not very liquid in the market, so there's not a lot of orders during the days, and this is something that you should keep in mind if you want to invest in the company. And there's also a risk that the main shareholder could buy out the company and exclude it from the market. Regarding the shareholder remuneration, the company doesn't have a clear policy, but last years they have been paying a dividend of almost CHF 1 per share. And with all this said, I leave to your judgment the quality of the company, and see you in future videos.